How fast is a fast drift? 60 miles an hour? 80 miles an hour? How about 189.5 miles an hour? That is the speed that Nissan has just achieved with this specially tuned GT-R. So we thought we'd speak to the team behind it and see what it's like to throw a 1400 horsepower Nissan sideways. They reckon, get this, it's easy.
So Darren, it's not quite a standard GT-R engine?
No, it's not. This car was built in Japan by Grady for Nissan. It's a 4-litre stroked motor with high lift cam and everything, different turbos, nitrous, a lot of boost.
Yeah.
It's making 1390 horsepower, but it's got the gearbox changed.
Yeah.
So instead of the rear transaxle like the GT-R normally has, it has the gearbox onto the back of the engine.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yeah, so 6-speed sequential, and it has like a GT-R rear then, an older GT-R rear. To make it rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, okay.
Front shafts removed, so rear-wheel drive permanently with 1400 brake under your right foot.
And the front track looks quite a lot.
Yeah.
Is it a lot wider?
Yeah, it's a good bit wider. You can see the flares on it. You widen it to create space for the wheels for the amount of steering angle we have.
Yeah.
So we increase the steering angle, modify the steering rack, modify the outer knuckles, change the Ackerman and things like that to make it stable while it's going sideways, you know.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. And then you widen the rear, obviously. The wider the rear, the less weight transfer, the more stable it remains. So.
And how about getting the heat out of it? I mean, this must generate an awful lot of heat, must it?
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. Now, it's purposely built for the world record, and it got the world record at 305 k's drift speed, but because of that, it needs a lot of air through it, you know, and when we do something today, maybe lower speed, it starts to heat soak a bit. Yeah. But it obviously, you know, it's only 4 litres making 1400. It has to get hot, you know. There's a lot of things going on there.
It's got a lot of work.
Yeah.
So it'll spin in all gears?
Every gear, yeah. At the moment, yeah. We'll spin in 6th at the top of the rev range. We must be doing 150, 160. You were in it, what do you think?
Yeah, well, yeah, it felt fairly fast to me. Oh, I can't see your thing. Genuinely, it's like sitting in a fog. That is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Let's open the window, get a bit of air in. Oh, Jesus Christ. That feels like the world's fastest accident. I mean, presumably above 120, 130 miles an hour, it must get, it's just, you're busy, aren't you?
You're busy, yeah, you're busy. And look, when you get used to it, you know, the car does an awful lot of the work for you, but that's the major thing about it. You might feel it yourself when you do the figure of eights, that if you leave the car do the work and you relax, it comes a lot more natural to you. If you're like constantly jerking at it, you're going to have an accident.
All right, so around some cones, second gear, just like a roundabout. That is extraordinary. That is amazing. I can't believe how...
The power is unbelievable.
That is phenomenal. You just think, it's got so much lock.
Yeah, it's got loads. You think you're spun, but
there's
loads left.
Yeah, and it's just got loads. That is extraordinary. Scrum, how did this come about?
Basically, we approached Nissan with the idea of building the fastest drift car in the world.
And the previous record was 270?
217.
217.
Yeah.
So you've gone up by nearly, well, 90 kilometres now.
3 or 4 is what we finished on.
What challenges does that present?
Well, I mean, we were looking in for 250. That was what was the bracket that we wanted to achieve. But our first official attempt was 270. So we knew that the car was incredibly fast at that point. So we then pushed it and we did 290, and then the last one was the 300 mark. So we knew at that point it was ready to stop. You know, at that point it gets extremely dangerous.
Yeah, it sounds dangerous because that sideways at 300 kph, presumably the aero is doing all kinds of weird stuff.
So like any car, when you're traveling in a straight line, you have downforce, and the car is designed to have downforce in a straight line. when you pitch the car and it goes sideways, it becomes a block. It loses its aerodynamics, and the wind, starts to do all funny things, and the car actually lifted for 2 inches, and then it shot down the runway off the ground, and then it came back down again, and then he had control of the steering, and he had the record.
Tell us about the actual process itself. So you have to go through a certain distance, do you? Is that right?
Yeah, so it's you must have minimum of 30 degrees when you go through a speed gap, speed zone, and you have a beam at the start of the speed zone and at the end, and there's a 50-meter distance between them. And the idea is then to break the first beam, second beam, and bust the time, and then time over distance.
And you do have to be at 30 degrees all the way through, or as long as you're...
As GPS must show you 30 degrees as you slide through the trap.
And then when you come out the other side, you can...
just straighten up, and you hope that everything is still okay.
For more sideways nonsense like this and other reviews and so on, if you haven't subscribed already, click below.